Congressman Matt Rosendale's Billings office is just down the street. The U.S. House Eastern District race has 9 candidates who have filed or announced, and so far, none have dropped out. It took less than a week for Matt Rosendale's highly anticipated U.S. Senate run to come to an end. Now all eyes are on his House seat, many wondering whether Rosendale will run for re-election against the now 9 candidates vying for his seat, most running under the assumption he was leaving.
It's going to be tough.
Former MSU Billings political science professor Jason Adkins says with that many in the race, it will not take a majority to win the primary.
The fact that you don't need 50%, you only need, 30, a third of the vote or slightly more to win is going to be difficult for, political experts to figure out who has a chance to win or not.
Still, Adkins says Rosendale as the incumbent would have the advantage if he does enter the race. So far, none of the 9 candidates is dropping out of the race, even knowing Rosendale may run for re-election. Many were headed to campaign events in eastern Montana.
Even with the announcement as it is, I believe Elsie Arson in Congress is the best move for eastern Montana, as well as with the blessings of my family.
I am still moving ahead and running as a candidate for the Eastern District of Montana. Nothing has changed thus far.
And right on down the line, most all the others are echoing a similar response.
Unless Representative Rosendale actually does go and file for his congressional seat, I plan on forging ahead with this campaign.
I'm in this race regardless of what happens, because I believe we need a new generation of leadership in Washington to try and turn things around.
That doesn't change anything for me. I'm running for Congress to be that strong conservative fighter.
Candidates Ed Walker and Kyle Austin also tell MTN they're still running. Troy Downing was the only candidate not to respond to MTN's inquiries. Perhaps the biggest question mark, former Congressman Denny Reberg, who tells MTN he still needs to think about what this means for his candidacy.
He still has some advantages, but we just don't know what kind of support he will get from the House leadership.
And Dr. Adkins says whether Rosendale enters the race or not, the campaigning may be especially challenging for nearly all of the 9.
They really need to get their names out in front of the public to have a chance, especially some of these lesser known candidates who don't have the statewide profile.
In Billings, David J., MTN News.